Hello, hello. I am so happy to be here in this incredible Feminine Economy Summit. My name is Sara V, and I am just so thrilled that I can be a part of this. Um, to start out with, I'm going to hopefully in the next 20 minutes maybe change your mind or at least change your inner energy about getting older, and how to age abundantly. And maybe some of you are kind of thinking, so, how does this relate, this aging abundantly how does it relate to starting a business or manifesting a relationship or just living an abundant life, you ask, maybe. Well, I just want to tell you that it has everything to do with starting a business or starting, a new chapter of your life, which is me. And I'm going to start out with, two sentences, which kind of envelop exactly what I'm going to be talking about. Everything is energy, and energy is everything. What we think about creates the energy that we store in our body, which is our vibration to whatever it is that we are trying to create in our lives. And, if you're new at creating or you're just starting a business, are you telling, what is your age? Aging abundantly can be about, any age, whether you are in your 30s, whether you are in the next chapter of your life, what I like to call it as sexty. Yes, on August 20th, just last month, I can't believe it, at 9 a.m. in the morning, I turned that big 6-0. I kind of had that holy crap moment when I realized that I turned the big 60, because when I was in my 20s, 60 just seemed absolutely ancient, like, oh my God. But are you a person who, no matter what, if you are older, that you maybe are saying to yourself, I'm too old to start something new? Or, are you saying when you're old, when you're younger, maybe in your 30s, oh, I can't do this because I'm too young, I don't have experience, so you don't take the step into your, dream life. Or maybe if you're older, you're kind of saying only the young can do that. Well, remember, everything is energy. Energy is everything. And I really believe that there's actually two fundamental foundational ideas that will help us to hold on to really high vibration energy when you are, whatever you are trying to create in your life. And, I am not going to talk to you about, some magical cream that is going to, erase all your wrinkles. I am not going to talk to you about some, incredible exercise that you can do for saggy skin. I'm not going to tell you, what you should or shouldn't wear at your age. But the first, and I've said it 100 times so far, but the first foundational idea is about your energy, not your personal energy, but your force field, your vibration that, you emit out or you flow through your body. And this is, I think, one of the game changers for me, creating the most abundant life. I'll kind of give you a little, I'm 60 years old. I left a 30-year marriage 3 years ago. And, was that freaking scary? Oh my God, yes. But I know that changing my vibration and my force field inside of me has allowed me to create the most abundant life that I never even imagined. And one of the ways that I started to run, this new life force energy was I started to look and feel into the energy of my doing. So I'm going to ask you, are there any multitaskers out there in cyberland? Because multitasker, or actually, let me go back. Are you somebody that your to-do list would kind of make other people faint? You go from one thing to the other, and is your energy that you are running, no matter what you're doing, doesn't matter. Is it running from a vibration of obligation? Or is it, are you doing things for other people and not just for yourself? Or maybe this was me, that I used to fill my emptiness with doing. And doing, an obligation energy, has a vibration. And maybe take a moment and just think about all you're doing, all the things that, and I'm not saying don't do it, but check in with what the vibration of your doing feels like. Have you ever kind of stopped and kind of thought, is this, am I doing this because I feel obligated? Am I trying to find validation from it? Or does your doing feel in flow? And I think that this is, what really changed my life. One of my amazing mentors said to me years ago, do what brings you joy. And I'm like, well, I didn't even think that I could do that. And this was something that really changed my life, because I know that my energy was coming from the doing of obligation, where now I am doing from a place of joy. And there is a different vibration in that. Are you creating your business out of, like, I have to prove something, if I don't do it, what are people going to think? There's all kinds of kind of dark, heavy energy that, holds us back, keeps our light very dim. And universe, or whatever your belief system is, matches the energy that you are emitting out into the world. So, this came to my mind, I don't know, the other day. Every Sunday morning at 9 a.m., I have a manifesting circle. And one of my amazing No Matter What women said to me, oh my God, Sarah, I could never have your life. You are so busy. So I kind of thought to myself, oh my God, have I returned back to, being the dutiful wife, making home cooked meals, and even, creating these incredible parties for my 4 children, even hiring a Cinderella carriage for a party. And, because I was doing that just because I am creative, but the energy that I was doing it in was out of needing the validation, being the perfect mother, the dutiful wife. But like I said, I now my doing energy is driven from a completely different vibration. And, even at the ancient age of 60, I feel more energized. I'm attracting more. My manifestations all keep coming to me because I'm in a very, very high vibration state. Energy also can, and like I said, can come from how we talk to ourselves as well. And here's another story. So I've always exercised, at least 4 to 5 times a week. And I was at the gym a few months ago, and I was running on the treadmill like I normally do Tuesdays and Saturdays. And next to me was a woman probably in her 30s. And, sweat was like dripping down my body like a faucet. I had, AC/DC or something empowering on my earphones. My treadmill was cranked all the way up to number 8. And I felt this incredible shift, like at this inner pride that my 60-year-old body was still killing it on the treadmill. And the old me, I always say BH, before healing, I used to judge myself. I used to feel insecure. So I would push myself so hard that my body started to kind of break down. And, now when I was on that treadmill, sweat, listening to earphones, all that, the energy that I was feeling, I felt capable, brave, and courageous, rather than, the insecure, judgmental, and fear. And that is a vibration. And we can choose this vibration at any age. It doesn't matter how you age, how you talk to yourself, how you express yourself to your inner self changes everything in our outer vibration. Aging abundantly really can be as simple as the way we think about something that we're doing. Our inner language, people that know me know that I really stress about this inner language, what we say to ourselves. So that's the first step in aging abundantly, no matter what age you are. We're all aging. So, you can try to avoid it, but it's always going to catch up to you. So the second foundational idea about aging abundantly is about adventure. Now, I'm talking about the energy of adventure, because I am all about energy. So as we get older, maybe not in your 30s, but when you get kind of 50 plus, society kind of wants us to make our lives smaller. We retire, nobody really wants to hear from people older, even though I would go for older people because they've had life experiences. But what I'm talking about, so adventure, the energy of adventure, doesn't necessarily have to be some exotic trip. Like I am going to be, I think maybe when this airs, I will be in Egypt. So I'm taking 11 women to Egypt, my first time in, traveling there. But the energy of adventure through travel may be different for somebody else. It could be, learning a new skill, or, allowing yourself to learn something new, or stepping into something that might feel uncomfortable to you. Because I always say, on the other side of discomfort is the manifestation. It's there, but we have to get through the discomfort before we can experience it. I know in my ancestry, in my female line of ancestry, the energy that I held in my DNA was about, we had to put other people first. We didn't deserve to do something adventurous for ourselves. We didn't believe in ourselves enough to really do anything out of the ordinary. So all through my life, I didn't do it. I was the dreamer. I was always, I always felt I could, I always wanted to take that leap, but I didn't have the confidence to do it. And now that's, fast forward 10 years, I'm doing all the things that I want to do. And I almost didn't go to Egypt because I felt those old imprinted energetic feelings and thoughts come back into my psyche. And I had to do a lot of work, but I'm going. And yes, am I a little uncomfortable? absolutely, because I've never done it before. But I know that doing things that make you feel uncomfortable is the way to your manifestation, whether you are wanting to manifest the love of your life, whether it is that you're trying to start a business, whether it is you just want to live an absolutely abundant, free-flowing life. This is how we do it. And this is just such a fascinating subject to me, because I shifted those two fundamental ideas in my life, shifted my whole energy, started to step into adventure and really, dream about not just dream about what I wanted, but actually dream, set the goals, take the small steps to get to where I'm going now. I mean, I have written 3 books now. I mean, tell me that 5 years ago, and I would have said that you were absolutely, out of your mind, because I had this block that I didn't know how. It was impossible. Only other people could do that. And so I'm taking adventures. I'm writing books. I'm traveling all over the world. I'm living the most abundant life. And this is something that I know other people, also have the ability to do that. If I can, I always say, if I can do it, everybody else can do it. But the most important step in those two things is allowing yourself to do it. You can talk about it and you can tell your friends and you can dream and you can have vision boards and all that. But if you're not allowing yourself to actually go and physically do these things, it's never going to happen. And I know that there were 4 ideas of how to do this. And, these are steps. I don't just talk about this. I actually have lived it. And these are the proven methods that have helped me. So the first one is vision, knowing exactly what you want, where, what you want to do or who you want to be. What new things can you envision yourself experiencing? So the vision is so important. I always say that, oh, they're all important, but they really are. But the belief, the second step is the belief. If you do not believe that it's possible for you, it's not gonna happen. And this step is so important. If you don't believe you can do it, you're not going to. So belief, I had to change my beliefs from, not even believing that I could do the things that I'm doing now to actually doing them. So remember, vision, belief, feel, which is all about, envisioning yourself as if it has already happened. If you, every morning, I'm sure everybody meditates, but if you can feel yourself actually experiencing it as if it's happening right now, feeling it actually creates the energy that is, it's more attracting to the universe and what, manifestation is all about. Be the energy of what you want and you will attract it. Huge, huge. And then, of course, number 4 is action. Taking the small, and I definitely work like a snail. I feel like taking small steps and small actions, actually, and consistently, not just like once every, 3 months or so, every single day I have done something, 1% of where I'm going. You don't have to take these giant leaps, because you're going to get overwhelmed and shut down and not want to, go forth in anything that you do. So make sure you take really, really small steps to get there. 1% difference every day. And that's been huge for me, because when I start taking too big of a jump, I start to shut down. So again, I'll recap: vision, belief, feel, and action. So this is my proven method to age abundantly. And we kind of don't really think that it has anything to do with you know, how we show up in life, but it does. It absolutely does. You know, I feel like I'm in my 30s. You know, I have so much energy, and it's because it's free flowing energy. It is full of joy, full of happiness. And, you know, this has changed everything in, you know, my femininity, my empowering myself to step into everything, and feeling so freaking uncomfortable that it just, oh, you know what I'm talking about. But I hope that was helpful. And I've linked in, and I'm sure lovely Christine will link in my free gift to you. And if you have any questions about this, sarav.com. I have all this information there. My books are there. So I am so happy that I was able to share this, my life, I guess my life story, because it really is. I have used all these methods, and I'm living a life that I never thought was possible. So thank you so much for having me, and I wish you all peace.